Welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and a bike profile and a before service video. This is a bike that the customer has a primary race bike, but the real story is that this was his primary race bike, training bike, and there was a crack suspected on it, so it was then relegated to being his trainer bike. Well, because it became his trainer bike, it has now fallen in a terrible state of disrepair. So anyone who does triathlons knows that you end up sweating all over your cockpit componentry, lots of sweat, and that becomes very corrosive. Well, also, if you are using your bike as a trainer bike, it's even worse, unless you have a very strong fan that's going to blow the sweat away and not onto your frame. But that's what we have here. We have a bike that just has a lot of corrosion from someone just training hard at home. And so we are going to completely strip this bike and then go do a thorough inspection of the frame, because he believes that there was a crack on it. So then he purchased a different bike, which was also featured on this channel. It was featured in the How Did We Get Here video, which was the one where we had the steel bike and then we had the aero bike, and we were doing a comparison of the two bikes. So that is also on the channel, so take a look at that. And that is a felt triathlon bike. So this one is now in a situation where we have to get the bike completely stripped down, clean everything, check the bottom bracket bearings, check everything. And one of the things I'm mostly concerned about is this front derailleur, because it shows just an excessive amount of corrosion. And honestly, I mean, with the great plating that they use on Dura-Ace, I've never actually seen anything like this before, where the corrosion has just gone all the way through the plating. The mount is also looks like it's compromised here, so we'll have to scrub that clean and see what's going on. The chain is excessively lubed, and you can see just tons of lube everywhere. So we're going to clean all of this. That cassette is not going to show much wear because he's using this bike on a wheel off trainer, so a direct drive trainer like a Wahoo Kicker. But you can just see just excessive amounts of lube all through here. So I don't even want to risk removing the bottle cages, because you can see all the corrosion there and you can see the corrosion there. So that's just never a good sign. These bolts are probably seized in there, so we don't even want to attempt to remove those, because then we'll break the riv nut. We'll snap the riv nut that's inside the frame. But we're going to go through it. You can also see some corrosion bubbling up here. And then one of his complaints was just not getting enough of the gears shifting. The front derailleur doesn't shift at all. And it's almost like he didn't even look at it, but look at that cable. It's just completely, cable and housing just completely shredded. So this is going to be a labor of love to get this bike back, even just to trainer status, but he's thinking about on the road status. So we're probably going to have to talk about upgrading his wheels, upgrading his tires. These are really low-end wheels, these Cosmic Elite. They're pretty low-end for what he likes to do. So you can see that the rear wheel is pretty good as far as the spokes and the nipples, but look at the front wheel. It's just got tons of corrosion on the nipples and if I have to true these wheels, I may have to soak them in some good lube. Usually I start with Tri-Flow and then do other things after that. But yeah, these nipples are very corroded, so that's going to be an issue to try to true this wheel if it needs truing. And so yeah, everything's going to get new brake cables, new shift cables, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can get this thing to work, and we'll see if he can get this bike on the road. But like I said, we need to make sure that we don't find any cracks in the frame, because he thinks there was a crack. It's been quite a few years, so he can't remember. So that's the first thing, and then after that we'll do the rest. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you up the road.